Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys how to make machaca. It's basically seasoned shredded beef. It goes perfect to enjoy in burritos, enchiladas, tostadas, you name it. So in case you guys want to learn how to make this easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so let's get started with our ingredients. So for this recipe we're going to need 2 to 3 pounds of chuck pot roast, 1 cup of boiling hot water, 2 Anaheim peppers. If you can't find this kind of pepper, you can substitute for jalapenos. 2 poblano peppers, 3 roma tomatoes, 1 white onion, 5 garlic cloves, 3 bay leaves, 2 beef bouillons, and salt and pepper. So these are ingredients. Now let's get started. Alright, so first we're going to start by placing our beef bouillons into our boiling hot water. Now you can skip this step and use beef broth if you do not want to use the beef bouillons. So I'm just going to wait for that to dissolve, and while we're waiting for that, we can start working on our vegetables. Okay, so we're just going to cut our tomatoes into small little squares. So once we have our tomatoes all chopped, we're going to place them in a plate. And then start working on our Anaheim peppers. Now, if you cannot find the Anaheim peppers, you can replace them for jalapenos. We're just going to use the Anaheim pepper just for the heat. But I don't want it to be very spicy. We just want the little bit of spice. Now, for our Anaheim, we're just going to cut them in little cubes as well. Just cut them in little strips like that, and then cut them like that. Okay, so once you have your peppers, we're just going to place them along with our tomatoes. Okay, so now for our poblanos, we're going to cut them into strips. Just cut them in half, remove the seeds and all the insides, and just cut them into thin slices. Thin strips like that, and then cut them in half, just like that. Just add your poblano pepper along with your tomatoes and Anaheims. Okay, now for our onion. For our onion, we're just going to cut it in half and then into little moons. Make sure that you have thin slices though. So just put your onions along with all the rest of the vegetables. So now for our garlic cloves, we're just going to mince them. Alright, so after we're done cutting our vegetables and our garlic cloves, we're going to start working on our meat. So we're just going to season it with salt and pepper. So once we got our meat ready, we're going to make sure that our beef bouillons have fully dissolved into our water. Okay, so there's still little chunks of our beef bouillons, so just with the fork, press it down or press it to the sides. And it's okay if you have little chunks, because obviously once, it's going to be cooking for a long time, so it's going to dissolve along with everything else. So that should be okay. So now we are ready to move all of our ingredients into our crock pot. All right, so once we have everything ready, I'm going to set my crock pot on high heat. You know, it's going to also depend on your type of crock pot. You know, if you have the medium setting, set it to that. It's going to probably take a little longer, but it's going to be better. And if you don't have a crock pot, you can always use your stove top and, you know, just cook it on lowest heat. So now we're ready. I'm going to place all of my vegetables in the crock pot. So just mix it all around. Break your onions. Just mix all your vegetables. Okay, so once we have that, we're going to place our meat just on top, and we're going to add our bouillons. And now we're just going to place our bay leaves on top of the meat. So now I'm just going to close it and let that cook on high for 5 to 6 hours, or until the meat can be pulled apart with a fork. So I'll see you guys after we're done. Alrighty guys, so it's been 5 hours. We're going to check on our meat. By now it should be fully cooked. So just grab your forks and it is done. So I'm just going to remove the bay leaves. Grab your bay leaves. And we're also going to remove our meat. So we're going to remove it from the crock pot so we can shred it. Okay, so here I have the meat. So now we're just going to shred it. So I'm just going to shred my meat. And I'm very picky with my fat, so I'm gonna separate it. You can always, you know, just use your knives or use your forks and just shred it like that. You know, just do your thing like that. But because I like to pick out my meat, I'm just gonna use my fingers or my hands. Alright guys, so once we have our meat all shredded, we are ready to recook it. Alright, so now we're going to grab 1 cup of our broth and veggies from the crock pot. And we're going to blend them. And I'm also going to add my bay leaves. So now we're just going to blend it until everything is nice and smooth. Alrighty, so once we have that, we're going to separate our broth and our veggies from the crock pot. And like I said, if you don't want to skip that step, you can always just throw your meat back in the crock pot. But machaca is to be dry, so we do not want the juice. Okay, so that should be good for me. So now I'm gonna grab my mixture here and my veggies, and we're gonna start cooking it all together. All right, so on a large frying pan, we're going to set it on medium heat, and with no oil, we're going to place our meat. All right, so once we have our meat on our frying pan, we're just going to continue breaking down our meat where it's finely shredded. And we're just gonna cook it on here for like a couple minutes. Just until you're done breaking down your meat. Alright, so once our meat looks something like this, we're going to add our vegetables. Alrighty, so now because we did grab some of the broth with the vegetables, just try to drain as much of it out, so like that we don't add it back to our meat. Now just mix it all together. And so once everything is nicely mixed, we're going to add our mixture. We'll mix it around. Okay, so once everything is nicely mixed, you want to try it out for salt. So take a little piece of meat and just try it. And I'm going to lower it down on the lowest setting. Okay, so just try it. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt on mine. Okay. Just mix it. Okay. So now I'm just going to close it and let it sit like that for 5 minutes, and remember, on the lowest setting. Alright, so it's been 5 minutes. Our meat should be done. Let me tell you, that smells delicious. So now we are ready to serve. And this is what the machaca looks like. Alrighty guys, so here I have the machaca, and I'm just gonna serve it with some rice and lettuce, and of course the tortillas. So this is how we're gonna have it tonight. So I am so ready. Are you ready, babas? Okay, come on. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. I'm going to splash a little bit of lime juice on top of my machaca. My mouth is so watery. Now we are ready. Seriously, the best shredded beef ever. And like I said, you know, it goes perfect with anything. You could just roll it in burritos, in tacos, or tostadas, enchiladas, anything, literally anything, you guys. And it's just perfect, super easy, and super delicious. I'm ready. I'm ready to sit down and enjoy it. Alrighty guys, and there you have it. Super easy and delicious machaca. I hope you guys had enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and family. And if you recreate this recipe, please don't forget to tag me on any of my social medias. And also, if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at my next video. Bye.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no, no. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres perfecta.